Hello guys, welcome to another review of BM345 reviews. Today's review is on Trolls Band Together. Now, this is the third installment in the Troll series, which I have a mixed bag with the entire franchise. Starting with the first film, I think it's okay. It's one of DreamWorks' weakest films, but it's not really that bad. The second film, on the other hand, at least it's way better than the first film, but it's just Infinity War, but with trolls. So now that we have the third installment in our hands, is this a good installment? Let's just figure this out. So it turns out that Branch was originally a part of a boy band, which feels pretty off, considering that this was before her grandma got eaten. When an incident happened at the boy band, they decided to break up, and one of the brothers decides to band together as a rival tries to steal their powers. Do you see what the problem is here? You can easily guess what the outcome will be in just the first 20 minutes. It's the same and repetitive story of, oh, my loved one, my friend's in danger, I must save them through obstacles. It doesn't do anything new with it other than regurgitating tired cliches, such as the third act breakup. Seriously, this is like the second Trolls movie that uses that cliche. How unoriginal are they? And also, the world building in this movie doesn't even make sense. Where the heck is Barb? She was a character from the second movie. Why doesn't she appear? As well as the other musical trolls. There's now humans in the Trolls universe? They look like 1930s cartoons other than normal humans. If the villains want to use the boy band's powers, then why don't they use autotune for Pete's sake? We've already seen technology in the Trolls universe, so what makes it a difference? How does reproduction work in the Trolls universe? In the second film, the Trolls give birth asexually, meaning that they do not need another partner to have an offspring. How does this make sense? Why in the world am I questioning a movie that is literally meant for children? I am losing my mind right now because of this. This is that type of movie where it doesn't explain something and just accept it. Well, here, this is just a lazy example of lazy writing. I know that this film is obviously for kids, but it could have done something better. I'm not expecting blood or characters dying, but still, just make it so that everybody would like it, not just the kids. Let's move on to the animation. Is the animation in this film good? Well, it's pretty good. Not DreamWorks' best to animation since we've gotten Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which makes it look different. Comparing this film to the designs on the other worlds is pretty unique as they give their own spin to it. The character designs are very interesting since we've gotten like a Muppet style troll and some cartoony style humans. Even though that this doesn't feel like a film from 2023, the animators did put some effort as to what they could do with the movie. Not great, but good. Now let's move on to the characters. With the story being a mess, that doesn't change the fact that the characters are literally uninteresting and they're just there just to make merchandise. It doesn't help either that these characters have one generic archetype from each other. Branch is just still his grumpy self with this stupid side plot of an adventure where he needs to save his brothers or something like that. Poppy is just there so that he could be a support for Branch. The villains in this film, Velvet and Veneer, are just generic doomsday villains that we have seen a couple times before in animation. The brothers are just there just to make products of the series. Like, seriously, look at them. They're just there just to make some freaking profit. And finally, we have Viva, who's possibly the only interesting character in this film. Her backstory is really interesting, as she was once Poppy's sister, but she got separated in a group. But this would have been better if they took away the saving brothers story and replaced it with Viva's story. But instead, she becomes another annoying, talkative character. Despite this film having a weak story, it forgot one thing about this movie, is character development. If you don't have character development in your movie, then it might make it mediocre or just awful. I had low expectations for this film when it was first announced, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. Trolls Band Together may be one of the most unnecessary films of the year since Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie. With a lazy story and uninteresting characters with zero development whatsoever. This film is like two rabbits fucking in a slaughterhouse. For my recommendation, if you like the Trolls movies, then you might enjoy this one. But however, if you're that person who doesn't like the Trolls films, then I wouldn't recommend this film, as my experience in the theater might be one of the worst, since there's children in it and it makes the experience even annoying. It doesn't help the fact that there's people dancing at the end of the movie, right next to us. I am hoping for Kung Fu Panda 4 be the epic DreamWorks movie I've ever seen.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told. Don't reply to this guy, he's just trying to get a rise out of you. Yes, it's true, you respond and that's his cue to start trouble on the double while he strokes his manly stubble. You've been trolled, you should probably just fold when the only winning move is not to play. And yet you keep on trying, mindlessly replying. You've been trolled, have a nice day.